see. Okay. That appears to be functioning. Good. Excellent. All right. So we've got Brendel, Shella. Brendel's a dwarf. Shella is a human. And me, Jak, who's a half-elf, or has some elf blood in me. We're trying to get inside of Tyrsis.
What? How? Well, what do you know? The debtors are gone.
I've gone through all of these. I have to figure out a way to get in with Brendel being here, and they don't like Brendel.
Figured this would happen. Hey, guard, you gonna let us in?
Go away!
Can't believe Tyrsis has turned against dwarves.
You can see for yourself. It's important these two see the king. Open the gates.
I told you, no dwarfs!
You two go in. I'll go back to my hut.
No. We said we'd get you into the city.
Can't stay out here all night.
It's not
Well, we
fair. If Brendel can't get in, we shouldn't either.
There's no room in my hut for you, so go into the city. I'll be okay.
We could talk to King Balinor about this.
Yes. I'm sure he'll do something about this.
It's an idea.
Figure out some way to get you in the gates.
Look, it's late. I need some sleep. Maybe I'll see you again sometime.
All right, good night, Brendel.
Jak, Brendel, can't we work this out?
Some other time, maybe. So, guard, you gonna let these two in or not?
No, N-O, no dwarfs!
They aren't dwarves.
Okay, you two, in. Dwarf, you try anything, I'll put a crossbow bolt into you quicker than I can look over the top of you.
Goodbye. For now, Brendel.
Bye. Oh, yeah, and thanks for trying.
Thanks for trying. You make your way through the darkened streets of Tyrsis. Even inside the fortress, walking corpses try to attack you. They are quickly driven off by the smoke from your torch. You cross the bridge of Sendik. Hiddens? Which reaches from the lower parks to the main gates of the castle. Below you is the vault of the Sword of Shannara, aglow with a strange burning light. As you look down at the tomb, you can see walking corpses approaching the vault. They gather around it like moths circling a flame. At the gates of the castle, the night guard lets you both inside. You are shown a place to stay. In the morning, a servant takes you to see the castle overseer, the seneschal.
You wish to see King Balinor Bacana? I'm afraid the king is far too busy to see just anyone who wanders into Tyrsis in the dead of night without proper escort or writ of passage. You two may not have noticed, but Tyrsis is in a state of emergency. If you'll declare your business, I will judge if it is of sufficient value to disturb His Majesty.
Bruv, I made it through walking corpses outside your city and in your city without any problem. Why not? You may not like the seneschal much, but he is the king's man, and you need the cooperation of the king. Tut, tut, I say to that. The Druid Alanon sent us here to warn King Balinor. I don't think that's going to go over very well, but let's see.
The Druid Alanon sent you? No one has seen him since the war. Years past.
We saw him in Lee when he spoke to my father.
Oh yes, your father. I believe you said that your father was King of Lee?
My father is the King of Lee.
So you claim.
Huts. Where do fruits go on a vacation? Paris. We need to claim the Sword of Shannara to use against the Warlock Lord.
Claim the Sword of Shannara? Who do you think you are? The one true king?
I'm Jak, the son of Shay Omsford, heir of Shannara.
Shay Omsford's son, come to claim his elvish heritage? My, aren't we privileged by your presence?
My father wielded the sword of Shannara and destroyed Brona.
Well, if your father destroyed the Warlock Lord, it seems a bit odd that you need the sword to destroy him again.
My father who donated the sword of Shannara to Tyrsis.
And, as I understand it, you intend to take it back. I suppose one needs to expect such things from those with elvish blood.
The Warlock Lord, Brona, has returned to take over the world.
Again? What is this, the third or the fourth time? You think he'd be bored with it by now.
Well, he's immortal, so no, he wouldn't get bored with it. King Balinor needs to listen to
I'm
us.
certain he would be as amused by your stories as I am, but he's much too busy to be disturbed by half-breeds and wandering princesses at the moment.
I read the books while he's there? Nope. Well, yes, but it doesn't do anything. Ooh, tax records of the Calahorn domains. Make no sense out of the columns upon columns of names and numbers. At least he's got both eyes. Blue matches the one in his cap. How festive. Matches the one on his pen. How cosmopolitan. So, let's see. Oh, wrong button. Throw the locket to the seneschal.
The insignia of the House of Lee. I presume this is yours, Princess Shella.
No, I stole it.
Very humorous. However, I will make the proper arrangements, and perhaps the king will be able to see you sometime later.
It's critical that we see him as soon as possible.
I will so inform His Majesty.
Seneschal leaves you waiting for a long time while a servant stands watching you. Finally, he returns and escorts you through the doors to the throne from the room of the king. He announces you to King Balinor, bows, and exits.
So Brona is behind this rising of the dead. When Shay destroyed him long ago, we hoped the Warlock Lord was gone forever. Each night, for weeks now, the risen dead roam the streets of Tyrsis, attacking everything. The Border Legion defends the weaker sections, but much of the city is still overrun. When a guard dies in battle, he rises again as a walking corpse, and our guards must fight the bodies of fallen comrades. It seems hopeless. Thanks to you, we can drive them off with Laurelwood, but that's a temporary solution. We need to use the Sword of Shannara to defeat Brona once more. But the Sword Vault has been surrounded by a magical barrier from the time the dead first attacked the city. None can pass that barrier, and none can defeat it. Our only hope is that Alanon will arrive soon and find a way for you to regain the sword.
But Alanon's journeying to the northeast. We don't know when he'll get here. We can't just wait for him.
Princess Shella, you and Jak Omsford seem to be the pawns of destiny against Brona this time. Do whatever you think is necessary to regain the Sword of Shannara. I have vital business with the Parliament for most of the day, so you will be on your own. You must forgive me, for I must return to my duties. I will speak with you both later.
Both bow to His Majesty King Balinor as you leave the room. I wish he would have given us something so we could, smack the seneschal in the face or something. Also, who sits in full armor?
Has given you permission to wander through Tyrsis unescorted and unsupervised. I suggest that you refrain from random pilferage and destruction.
Hey, buddy, where's your room? I need to take a dump. That's a cat thing, right? Alright, so we gotta get into the place where the Sword of Shannara is. Read the plaque then. Hey, Havoc. Welcome in. So I switched up the way my bots are working a little bit, so so far it seems to be working well, where it's responding immediately. Oh, TechLink, we toilet trained our cats. Well, almost toilet trained them, except one of them decided that he got to the point where he'd actually be using the toilet, and he would get up on the toilet seat and then put his butt out over the edge and poop off of the toilet onto the floor rather than pooping into the actual toilet, because he is very stubborn. Great Mace of the Dwarf Hendel, defender of Tyrsis, may he and his kin always find welcome here. Hey, you see that? We need to talk to you. Interesting. We are interested in seeing the library.
On your left is the Royal Library of Tyrsis. You do understand that a library consists primarily of books. I would hate for you to be disappointed.
We would like to see the wine cellars where Menian Lee killed Stenman, the former chief advisor.
If you go out the far door on your right, you will eventually find the location where the bloodshed took place. However, since the bloodstains have all been removed and the secret passageway permanently sealed, it is hardly the tourist attraction you seem to expect.
We don't need to speak with Balinor again. What's going on here in
You mean
Tyrsis?
aside from the nightly attacks by the walking corpses and the magical barrier around the sword of Shannara that seems to be drawing them? Other than those minor annoyances, Tyrsis is thriving.
Candelabras throughout the chamber provide brilliant illumination. The Seneschal must do a lot of paperwork here. Can I take this plaque? Plaque is securely mounted on the wall. Okay, fine. Can I take the mace?
Leave that where it belongs. Looting is not permitted.
Let's go to the library. The musty smell of books and burning candles fills your nostrils as you enter the large library.
And I thought my father had a big library. This is amazing.
Another plaque. The elaborate script on the plaque reads, "The elves of Arborlund shall forever stand as allies to the people of Tyrsis." It is signed by King Balinor Buchanan of Tyrsis and King Eventine Elesadil of Arborlund. Ooh, and a map. See, this is where we started, Shady Vale, then we went over to here, and we came up here. And I suspect we'll probably go to all these other places. B just lies to the southeast. Great Basin of Callahorn is bounded by the Myrmidon River to the north and the Rappahalladran to the south. You remember your father's tales of Paranor, the Druid's Keep, where he and Alanon first sought the sword of Shannara. The horse's head was carved from black onyx by a master craftsman. Read the books. Put it back. Nothing catches your... Oh, again, when you catch the look in Shella's eye. Women always be given evil looks to me. Why is Peter Pan always flying? He never lands. Books have titles ranging from arms and armories to zoology. A person could spend an incredible amount of time studying here. Get to the pertinent stuff here in a little bit. Oh, I can swing from the chandelier? Alright, the Wheel of Candles provides most of the light for this section of the library. Let's go swinging. A sudden urge comes over you. You leap up into the air and grab the chandelier. You swing back and forth, scratch yourself under the arm and yell, "Ook, ook." After a while, you drop back to the floor. Fancy book stand. Read this book. Oh, this must be important. Handel. The Great War of Tyrsis being an account of the last war of the races, the death of King Rule Buchanan. I know it's supposed to be Buchanan, which is how I pronounce it, but I always, in my head, pronounced it Buchanan. And Prince Palance Buchanan, and the fall of the gates of Tyrsis. Yeah, secret passages. Death watch, full warning, yada yada, began slow, da da da. Stone trapdoor to the secret passageways below the city. Stenman was trying to sneak out of the cellar. Minion grabbed his fallen friend's mace and slew Stenman, ending his evil forever. Okay. That's why we were asking about it, but...
Doesn't that look like a picture of Brendel? The caption says this is a drawing of Hindle. Do you suppose they were related? There's certainly a resemblance.
Shella, when Brendel first introduced himself to us, he said he was Handel's son, or descendant. Bookbound in dark leather is carefully locked away in this glass and metal wired cabinet. Alright, let's open it. Securely locked. Okay. No telling who may have the keys. Well, we know who has the keys. It'll be Dorcamus Prime back there. Alright.
I trust you two found the library satisfactory.
What is in that locked cabinet in the library?
Locked cabinet? Oh, the one at the back of the room. That has been locked for some time. I believe it contains a book that belonged to the former advisor of the king's brother. It contained some references to magic, so it was locked away. You needn't concern yourselves.
That tells me we absolutely do need to concern ourselves. What's in here?
I was here with my father when I was a child. He told me how he and Hindle rushed down here to close the passageway that led to this cellar. When they got here, Stenman's men burst up through the trap door on the floor. My father has no idea how many men he killed that night. It took all his strength to seal off the trap door before more soldiers could enter. Suddenly, Hindle called his name. My father looked up and saw Hindle collapse to the floor, dead. My father ran to Hindle and held him. He couldn't believe that Hindle was dead until the mace slipped from his hand. Then Father heard a sound behind him. It was Stenman trying to escape up the stairs. Before my father realized it, he'd grabbed Hindle's mace and raced after him. Stenman died in this room at my father's hand.
So I didn't need to read that book at all because they were just gonna say it all to me anyways. Trapdoor through which Stenman helped Brona's army sneak into the city. King Balinor is obviously taking no chances. Such an event might happen again. The note says the wine is soured and is now suitable only for vinegar. Still some wine left, huh? Okay, so if I need vinegar, I know where to get it. Heck, let's just go ahead and fill the bottle from the cask. Plaque recounts some events from the Great War which took place in this room. Here Prince Minion Lee fought side by side with the brave dwarf Hendel to save Tyrsis when all might have been lost. Traitor Stenman had opened the escape passage to Brona's troops. Hendel sacrificed himself in battle so the Prince Minion could hold and lock the passage door. The treacherous Stenman nearly escaped, but Minion picked up Hendel's fallen mace and slew the evil wizard upon these very stairs. That's not what I meant to do. I wanted to look, not climb. These stairs lead up to the castle hallway and eventually the seneschal's office. Several bottles of aged wine neatly stacked. Barrels of wine, ale, and foodstuffs are stacked neatly around the chamber. Do people put foodstuffs in barrels? I would think you'd put them in crates. Torch is burning brightly. Can I take it? Pull on the torch, but it's firmly anchored to the wall. Well, at least it's not a trapdoor switch. Can I take a barrel? Nope. Okay. Probably can't take any of these. Oh, I can. Alright, so I've got wine and vinegar. Okay. Seneschal's massive, imposing desk dominates the chamber.
What is that thing? It looks like a wall.
Well, when they described it as glowing, I wasn't expecting it to be fire. Intense heat radiates from the obviously magical flame barrier that surrounds the vault of the Sword of Shannara. We'll put it out. Spray some water on the magical flames, it has no effect whatsoever. Got it. Great arching bridge crosses this park and is the main route from the streets of Tyrsis to the strong central keep. Okay, let's talk, Seneschal. What is the magic around the vault of Sword of Shannara?
It appeared about the same time as the walking corpses.
I should probably finish speaking before I click and he starts speaking, or the other person, the game. I can't get the Sword of Shannara while it is there.
Well, you didn't expect life to be easy, now did you?
Is there some other way into the vault?
There is only one way into the vault, and unless the barrier is banished, you will never get the sword. You may as well accept that as fact, and return to your homes.
We won't leave until we get the sword.
Then I suppose I will be plagued with you for a long time.
You're such a prick anyways. I wonder if I can take this book. Nope. Okay. I was gonna take it and shove it in the dwarf's face, or the guard's face. What have you got against dwarves?
My orders say no dwarfs.
Who gave you those orders?
My captain got them from the Seneschal.
Then the Seneschal is an idiot.
Do you know why dwarves aren't allowed?
Who cares? They're dwarves.
Did the walking corpse come here every night?
As soon as the sun sets, they come scraping at the walls. We tried to get rid of them, but more came to take their place. Now we just close the gate and wait for them to go away.
Alright, we'll see you later. Like, go up and see him or go in there, but I think I need to talk to the Seneschal and try to make him... Alright, we need to speak to King Balinor
The king
again.
has already spent far too much of his time for you right now. Perhaps something can be arranged at a later time. Let us say, next week. You mean...
Let's see, so I've got paper, tinderbox, food, oil, potpourri, a sword. What does she got? Kerchief, bow, arrows, and her locket. Okay.
You may not disturb His Majesty unless you are invited to do so. You may not disturb His Majesty unless you are invited to do so.
They'll throw me out
You
eventually.
may not disturb His Majesty unless you are invited to do so. You may not disturb His Majesty unless you are invited to do so. You may not disturb His Majesty unless you are invited to do so.
I'm not weird. Don't worry about it.
You may not disturb His Majesty unless you are invited to do so.
That car looks nicer, but the muffler seems exhausted.
You may not disturb His Majesty unless you are invited to do so.
So... I mean, I can't really... I'm going to go out and talk to him.
We saw a picture of Hendel the dwarf in the Tyrsis library. He looked a lot like you.
We're related.
All you got to say, huh? Why does the guard hate you so?
No, must have an inferiority complex about his height.
Why are you here?
The dwarves of Cullhaven sent me to get back Hendel's mace.
What do they want with the base?
It's a symbol of Cullhaven's greatest hero.
What's Cullhaven like?
Pretty nice place to be, I think.
Where is Cullhaven from here?
A few weeks southeast of here.
Hendel was quite a hero, wasn't he?
One of the best. Saved your father's lives a couple of times, not to mention saving Tyrsis.
What do you know about magic?
Enough to avoid it. Dangerous stuff.
Great way to sink all your money in cardboard. Thanks for the information. Cooking pans, sour. But I can go past his? Oh no. I could just barge into his house. Got it. Well, his house. I guess it's not really his house. Hey, Odaba. How's it going? Welcome into Shannara. Alright. So, since I have it, I'm going to use the Wayback Machine here. Huh? What? It didn't give me that option when I went to talk to him. The heck? Well, this is Shannara, yes. It's based on the Sword of Shannara series. This takes place in between the Sword of Shannara and the Elfstones of Shannara. No, Tech Link, the dwarf came from the dwarf place, which is... Actually, I can show you on the map here. He came from way up here, Cullhaven, down to here, Tyrsis, to try to get the mace back for the dwarfs. The dwarfs live up here. Dwarfs are... so in this world, in the Shannara series, there's the four lands, and the west, Arborlin, is the Elvish lands. The east, Cullhaven, is the Dwarvish lands. The south is...
Hartleywagen 71 has joined the Pantheon, thanks to a track on him for my gift.
Hey, Hartleywagen. Welcome in. And thank you very much for the resub. The humans, are the south, and then the north is... I want to say they're trolls or ogres, one of the two. They're the quote-unquote evil people. So kind of in the center is the Druid's Keep and this lake and the Hall of Kings. And Tyrsis is kind of in the center. This map is not like an actual top-down view, as you can tell. Because otherwise this would be like way down here. And there would be a bunch more stuff up that way that we could see. Hey, Moni. Welcome in. Talk to Shella. Have you found anything of interest here?
The history of Tyrsis says that Stenman was considered to be some sort of mystic, though I never heard of him actually using magic.
You don't seem to be getting
We need
anywhere.
to find something about magic, and this is the best place I know to look for information.
Look some more. Cabinet is securely locked. There's no telling who may have the keys. Right, I've already looked at that, right? Don't want to break it. Probably get in trouble. And for those of you that don't know or aren't aware, the Shannara series is a very long series. I want to say there's 3 or 4 trilogies, and then there are some prequel books. I don't remember if there's a full trilogy of those or just 1 or 2 books. But they're all written by Terry Brooks, and they span quite a bit of time, and I really like them. I've read them all, I'm pretty sure, unless he's published some new ones in the past 6 or 7 years, which he might have, I don't know. I'll have to make a note to look into that again. But this is a game, one of the first games I bought as a youngin' myself to play on a computer. So this is a backup copy I'm playing, but I do have the CD. I also have the Prima guide somewhere in the garage. Ah, there we go. Can we look at the book from the locked cabinet in the library?
That book is considered to contain dangerous information, and so was concealed from prying eyes, even those of would-be heroes.
Can't get the Sword of Shannara unless we get rid of the magical barrier, can we, Shella?
That means we'll be hanging around disturbing you for a long time.
I suppose you think threats will make me open that cabinet.
It's your choice. If the book does help, we'll be out of here all the sooner. Otherwise, we may be here for a long while.
Very well, I shall open the cabinet. I only hope the book is every bit as dangerous as it is reputed to be.
The seneschal leads you into the library. Carefully taking a small key from a silver case he holds, he opens the cabinet door.
There now, I hope you are quite satisfied. Now, I'll return to my work, which is not to run errands for the 2 of you.
Seneschal leaves the room in an irritated fashion and closes the door firmly behind him. There. Read the book. Ooh. The Great Tome of Stenman, Necromancer of Callahorn. My Mastery of Tyrsis. I, Stenman, Mystic and Necromancer of Callahorn, record my brilliance upon these pages, that all who follow me shall know of my victorious conquest of the city of Tyrsis, and my courageous overthrow of the tyrants who once ruled this land. Just a little bitty tip for anybody who might possibly be considering being a villain. Don't write all your memoirs down first. Do the stuff, then make the memoirs. You have the privilege of knowing how subtly and slyly I subverted the rulers of this land and how cunningly I destroyed them. You will witness my success and bow before my genius. Too long have I advised fools who had no notion of my greatness. I was meant to rule rather than to serve. Thus I called upon the great warlock lord to give me the power of magic in order to thoroughly destroy King Rule Buchanan, and make certain that his sons shall never rule in his place. I'm just gonna skip over all this. Yada yada yada. 9 with my own book, and the magic spells that lie within this book. Okay. Can you... The oddly bound book feels cold to your touch, and you know within your soul you want to read it and learn all of its secrets. There is something odd about the back cover as you hold it. It feels thicker than the cover. Cut the book. You slit the back cover of the book. Hidden inside of the binding is a faded sheet of parchment. Carefully work it free of the binding. Parchment is a dark pact between Stenman and Brono, wherein Stenman promises his soul to the Warlock Lord of Darkness. Even reading it makes your skin crawl. Stenman's signature hasn't faded as much as the rest of the spidery script. It is peculiarly brownish-black color, and it seems to be flaking slightly. Alright, so I guess I've got a little bit of his blood. Open the book. Alright. Do I need to... What do I need to do to get the actual spells? Do I need to vinegar it? Is this one of those... You gotta add acid to something? Pour the bottle on the book. It's been so hard to get something in there. It seems a shame to pour it out now. But it was not hard to get it in there. What about this? Open the wine. Nope. Okay. How about on here? Nope. Go to the book, open the book, read the book, invoke the book. Yeah, let's invoke it on the library. Okay. You feel something odd about this book of
Other
Stenman's?
than the fact that the back cover's a little thick. No. What do you mean?
This book really has magic in it. We just need to know how to unleash it.
Well, we're obviously missing something. Maybe we should look at the book again. I don't know about that.
Look at the book. Binding black leather, tan from... The back cover is thick and feels icy cold, so... Opening in the book reveals no other secrets. You try to put the book down, but your hands don't seem to obey your commands. Some powerful urge inside you is pushing you to use the book's magic. It is a feeling that is both exhilarating and frightening at the same time. Interesting. Just because there's no corkscrew around, there's no reason to get violent. Invoke the pact on the book. You hesitantly invoke the pact. Nothing happens. Alright, invoke the book on the pact. Nothing happens. Pour water on the book. Careful with that stuff. If you spilled it here, it would ruin a lot of books. That's what I'm trying to do. Why did it immediately start me talking to him? Alright, what do you know about
He was
Stenman?
before my time. I know only that he was a traitor, and that he murdered the former king of Tyrsis.
Yes, he's going to answer this question. Do you know of any secret passages in the throne room?
Secret passages in the throne room? Ridiculous. Such a thing would be a danger to the crown.
The secret passage was known to Stenman, and he did endanger the crown.
Indeed. Well, I assure you that no one has used that so-called secret passage since his time.
He speak to Balinor about this?
The king is in the city discussing matters of grave importance with the parliament. He has no time to waste.
Can we examine the throne room?
As there is no one currently within the throne room for you to disturb, go right ahead.
Thanks, Puxatani Phil. Candelabra. Soothing, gentle illumination to the throne room. Push it. Push it. Hey, Amy Cat. Welcome in.
Meow, 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 meow.
Shield is adorned with the heraldic insignia of the Buchanan family. Push it. Open it. Okay. Candle holder. The carved horse's head candelabra shows the same craftsmanship and artistry as the throne. Push it. Aha! Look at the keyhole. Tapestry. Ooh, depicts a huge dragon. Push it. Knock on the wall. Section of the wall is hollow when you tap on it. Open it. Probably need to get that key. Alright. Close examination of the lion's jaw reveals that it's hinged, although the hinge looks rather rusty. Push it. Push it real good. Open. Okay. Push it. Another tapestry, huh? Push it. Push the rug. What can I say? I'm a pusher. Got a tinderbox, right? Put the tinderbox in the book. Much as you fear this book, it holds a certain fascination for you. You can't imagine burning it. But I can imagine burning this. It's not such a good idea. You might eat it later. Alright, how about tear? The more destructive you are, the harder it will be to complete the quest. Oh. You hold out the book to the seneschals for his inspection. He cocks an eyebrow, glances down at it, then looks back at you, clearly unimpressed. Put the paper in the book. Why? Okay. Put the book on the candelabra. Doesn't need cooking? I beg to differ. unlock the door with wine. Ella glares at the seneschal. Look at me. Do you know about any secret passages in the castle?
The only secret passage I am aware of is the one in the wine cellar under the castle. It has been collapsed and the entrance locked since the end of the last war.
April showers bring May flowers. What do May flowers bring? Pilgrims. Can you help us find the secret passage in the throne room?
In case you haven't noticed, I'm a very busy man. I have no further time to waste with either of you.
Get out.
None will tell me anything. Uh-oh. Game? What have you done to me, game? Yep. I'm going to have to redo some of that.
In troubled dreams.
Jack, where are
Yeah,
Talking to him.
Figured, hey,
go.
figured that, hey, look,
It's not
there's,
yet.
it's a,
Jack,
so go,
No.
they,
goodbye.
bye, oh,
You wish to... You... Oh, I'm... The insignia...
No, it's
I will...
So, bro, when we out,
but
Princess, you must.
His Mag...
and I doesn't that look like
I want to read the whole thing this time. I'm just going to scroll through it, though. Just in case there's information on here that's supposed to be unlocking something. Unlocking a path or something. If I talk to her
Well,
in here.
I'd like to... I used to... I've never met an elf before, although I've heard stories of them from my father. I want to meet Eventide Alesidil. My father considers him to be the greatest leader besides King Balinor. My father told me about the council meeting there that sent Balinor, Hindle, Alanon, the two elves, and our fathers on the quest for the Sword of Shannara.
Alright.
I'd like to spend some... Don't you remember your history? Kern's the island city that Brona's armies sacked before they attacked Tyrsis. Kern has always been important to my family because my mother came from there. Once you have...
I trust.
What is in that locked cabinet in the...
Locked? That book. I suppose.
It's your...
Very. There now.
Cut. That. Yeah, so that was all that we were supposed to be getting out of there. Let's see. Okay, let me save it.
The king has... You mean... You may not disturb...
Interesting. I thought he had left.
If you go out the far... If you go out through... You mean a...
What is that thing? It looks like a wall.
How about invoking the pack? Nope. Okay.
I was here with my father. It was...
You mean...
Guess I just need to waste enough time until it decides that I can go in there. Well, I probably have to read it too. Why do bees have sticky hair? Could be because they use a honeycomb.
Get out.
He was before my time. I know only that he was a traitor.
The secret
In the king. As the...
Thanks, boyo. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's... Can you unrust something with the oil? Nope. I forgot to get a bottle of wine while I was in there, didn't I? Right? I don't know what WD-40 is actually made of. And I would have assumed that it would be either oil or vinegar. Hinges here separate. Right? WD-40 to unstick things that should be unstuck, and duct tape to make things that shouldn't be moving no longer move. Try to read my journal again. That is so weird. That walkthrough back there said that I should oil the jaws with the oil. But I tried doing that and it didn't let me.
Trouble.
Bill? I see. I was just clicking the wrong part, I guess. You work some oil into the rusty hinges of the lion's jaw. They seem a bit freer now. Well, I was loosen the hinges on the lion's jaw enough for you to pry it open with your dagger. You pick up a shiny skeleton key you find inside. Unlock the keyhole with the key. You're an audible click. Unfortunately, the delicate key seems to have broken off in the lock. A secret panel is open behind the dragon tapestry. Speaking of,
Go down to the shooting range. The gremlin has a gun.
the gremlin has a gun. Secret door now stands ajar. Behind it is a thick, almost supernatural darkness.
It's so dark and cold in here. This place gives me the shivers.
Well, I just so happen to have a lantern that I haven't been able to light. As you light the candles, you feel a peculiar
I don't think
flirt.
you should have done that, Jack. Now I know you shouldn't have done that.
Who seeks me?
Brona! That must be Brona!
Who are you?
Jack, let's get out of here.
Mortal creatures, I will destroy you!
Jack, run!
You cannot make yourself look away from the mirror.
Jack, you are released. Break the mirror.
With what? You pound the mirror with your fist, but the glass doesn't break.
Break the mirror, Jack.
You feel magic surging through your body. Pain overwhelms you. Blackness overcomes you. Find yourself in a strange place.
Jack? Can you hear me? Jack, say something. Are you all right? Jack, please, look at me.
I don't know where I'm supposed to be going.
For a moment, I was afraid you were dead. Why didn't you run away from Brona? I thought you were with me. I never would have left you behind. It's just that I was so scared. Jack, are you all right? You look so strange.
I'm through it now. Now that the room has light, you put out your lantern to save oil. Then you take the 2 sticks of incense that were hidden behind the mirror. Can I take some shards of the mirror? Your hand slides off the smooth surface of the mirror. The mirror fills as if it's made of ice. Close examination of the skull reveals a hidden drawer. Parchment. The spell of revealing. Ooh. Okay. An old milk bottle, but the fed of the order smells much, much worse than spoiled milk. I'll take that, sucker. What? Come on. You suspect this mortar and pestle have been used to grind rather less pleasant substances than the one in the herbalist's shop. Alright, so I've got some incense now. Or if this is going to look any different now. Maybe I have to invoke the scroll of revealing on this. Let's try that. Invoke. As you read the words aloud, you can feel the magic reverberating through your body. The scroll suddenly vanishes from your hands. The book seems to glow with an unnatural light for a few moments, then the light fades. Aha, the ritual of summoning, the ritual of shattering, or the ritual of release. Let's see. To shatter the soul of the dead, that it shall be destroyed. That's probably not going to be what we need. It might never be summoned from death to free the soul of the dying. Okay. So I can summon it, the dead, Shade of the Dead. So incense of summoning, I'm pretty sure we have that. The blood of one who died, we've got Stenman's blood. The weapon that killed him, we can get, and the name of the one who died. Alright, so that's probably what we're going to have to do is summon Stenman.
This sounds like a very bad idea, but it's not like we have much choice. We need to talk to Balinor first, and this time I'll deal with the Seneschal. After facing Brona, I can certainly confront a Seneschal.
Okay. Save.
We found the secret chamber in the throne room. We discovered how Stinman contacted the Warlock Lord. We even spoke with Brona ourselves. Now we need to summon Stenman's ghost to rid Tyrsis of the walking corpses. That's why we need to speak with Balinor right now.
The seneschal stares at Shella. He opens his mouth as if to speak, then shuts it again. Finally, he stands, bows slightly, and leaves the room. Within the half hour, an audience with the king has been arranged.
You wish to speak to the ghost of the mystic Stenman?
He was in league with Brona. He might have some idea what's happening.
In life, Stenman was an evil man. Murderer of my father, destroyer of my brother, a traitor to Tyrsis, and a minion of Brona. How can you believe that he will aid us?
We can use his own magic against him.
Be very careful with magic, Jak. It is as dangerous as Brona himself.
Bruv.
Tyrsis is already overrun by the dead, yet you intend to summon another? Is this truly wise?
Who would know more about the dead than someone who's dead?
That assumption may be correct, but what of the cost? The knowledge may not be worth the price. I have dire misgivings about your intentions. Raising the dead seems such a terrible action. Unfortunately, Tyrsis has been under siege for weeks, and I have no better solution. What would it take to summon Stenman's shade?
We'll need the weapon Stenman was killed with, Hendel's great mace. But Brendel wants to take the mace back to the dwarves.
What are you talking about?
You explained to the king about Brendel and that dwarves are not allowed in the city of Tyrsis.
But Tyrsis is a free city because Hendel and your father defended it. The dwarves have always been our allies. This is a problem I shall correct at once.
Balinor leaps to his feet and shouts for his guards. He asks you to lead him immediately to the hut of Brendel. Balinor and his guards accompany you through the streets of Tyrsis and out through the gate. You lead him to Brendel's place and watch the mighty king bend low to enter the hut while his guards stand outside. Hey, the family OG, welcome in. Family Guy back to the multiverse with OG hardware, huh? Was that on a console of some kind? Suddenly, it occurs to you that this is the mark of a true king, to be willing to personally right the wrongs of your kingdom, even when the true blame falls to another. Frickin' seneschal, that's who.
Forgive me, Brendel, for being unaware of the problem here. Dwarves have always been our allies and friends in Tyrsis. You are welcome to stay at my castle as an honored guest.
Well and good, your majesty, and thanks for the offer, but I came here to claim the mace of Hendel as right of kin. I'll take it back to Cullhaven to honor Hendel's memory.
I am sorry, Brendel, but I have promised the use of it to Jak for a few days. He hopes to rid Tyrsis of the plague of walking corpses that besiege us. Afterwards, you may return it to the dwarvish homelands.
Well, if it'll help, I guess I could stay on here a while.
In the meantime, join us at the castle, and we will tell everyone that you and all dwarves are welcome there.
I am pretty good.
Guard! Attention!
What? Yes, sir, Your Majesty.
What is your name?
Stanwick, Your Majesty.
Stanwick, I understand you do not allow dwarves into Tyrsis. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Sireness. You see,
Dwarves have always been allies of Tyrsis and will always be welcome here. Do I make myself clear?
Oh, yes, Royal Sire. It's just that...
Furthermore, if someone comes here seeking safety at night, it is your job, Stanwick, to defend them against the walking corpses and allow them to enter. Do you understand?
Yes, but the Seneschal ordered...
Those are my orders, and they will be obeyed, Stanwick.
Yes, Your Sire, Highness, Majesty.
Come, Brendel. You will be welcome in Tyrsis as long as there is freedom here.
Okay, good. I am doing well. I had a little bit of trouble at the start of the stream. I had to reconnect my where my Catatar is coming from so that my audio actually went through. So there's what, like, I don't know, 5 minutes of me with just my captions and no actual voice. That was fun. But I am doing pretty good. How are you doing? You return with the king and Brendel to the castle. King Balinor leads you all directly to the Seneschal's office. Oh boy, I'm rubbing my hands together. You can't see it, but I am.
Seneschal, why did you give the order that dwarves are not to enter Tyrsis?
Sire, it is my duty to protect the city of Tyrsis. I do what must be done, no matter how personally unpleasant such orders may be. You know that I live but to serve.
It is not your duty to make laws for this land. Your actions have exceeded your responsibilities and your authority.
Forgive me, Your Majesty. I only attempted to keep Tyrsis pure from those beings who are not human.
The last war was fought with the help of elves and dwarves. Without their aid, Tyrsis would have fallen. You have no cause to exclude them from our city, and if you ever exceed your authority on this matter again, you will be relieved of your duties. Is that clear?
Yes, of course, Your Highness.
Furthermore, if the Princess Lee, Brendel, or Jack Omsford have any need, you will consider it your duty to assist them fully. Is that clear?
Yes, sire. I will make it my highest priority.
If I hear one more word of complaint about you, I will personally send you to the Dwarf Lands to assist our ambassador there.
I will do my utmost to serve, Your Majesty. I assure you that there will be no call for complaint.
Very well, Seneschal. I will hold you to your word. Forgive me, honored guests. I must return to my duties. I will meet with you again as soon as I am able.
Thank you, Your Majesty. You've been wonderful.
Yeah, thanks for everything.
Good day to you all.
Thank you very much. I like it too. I didn't really want to show my actual face, so I went with the Catatar instead. I've got all sorts of prop sets and filters that can be put onto it. I'm using channel points. I am slightly curious, though, about this. Who the voice actors are on this game. See if we can find it. Let's see, there's what, the Internet Games Database? If that has it. Sometimes it's hard to find the information about it, about these older games. Not the Shannara Chronicles. This is a new site. I've never seen this one before. Alright. Tom Kane is Al-Anon. Donna Stewart is Shella. Don't even think we've seen that yet. Well, maybe we didn't. I just didn't realize that's what it was. Feinberg, nice. Well, this guy's done a few of these, it looks like. Tom Kane also did the Seneschal. Was kind of giving off a Tim Curry vibe, is why I wanted to look it up. Ed Gilbert did Balinor, huh? Okay. Cool. A lot of Tom Kane and what was the other fellow? Michael Go apparently did a lot of these. A lot of the voices in this. Okay. Let me save again because I don't want to have to redo anything again. We need to take Handel's mace.
By all means, be my guest.
I think that's really
honored to be your servant.
the only thing we still need. You work the mace loose from its bindings. Bow and present the great mace to Brendel. Hello?
I shall inform the king that you have taken the mace.
He already knows we need it.
Then I shall reassure him that you now have it.
Already knows that we frickin' need it. I'm pretty sure. So we can release, so that it can never be summoned from death again. Hopefully I don't have to, like, try to remember this. I can just say, this is what I'm doing. Or we could shatter it painfully if we wanted to be a jerk. Well, it's not necessarily a jerk, but you know. Alright. So in the place where they died, okay, so I need to go in there. I've got the incense, got the blood on the pact. I have the weapon, and I have his name. Okay. Alright, so let's go into here.
Good wine here, good for cooking. Balinor won't miss it.
You give Brendel the bottle you picked up earlier. Take another one. I see. Alright. Let me go over this again then. So I need to light the incense, invoke the magic of the book upon the blood, invoke the magic of the book upon the weapon, speak the name of the dead. Okay. Incense. What do you mean? Do I need to scrape the blood off of the pact? Do I have to place it? Do I need to make it come off? Throw the pack to the book. Looks it over but says nothing. Okay. Okay. Brendel, would you give the mace to me? Okay. How about the pot?
Here, didn't know you liked to cook.
Fill the pot with water. Fill the pot with water.
Come on, Fahoa, guys. I see you jocking me. Trying to play like you know me.
Hey, Matt Glad, welcome in. Alright. What is it that I'm missing here? Tapestry, candle. Scroll. Scroll on the book. Mace. I see. Brendel, will you put the mace on the floor? Okay. Thank you, Brendel. One more time. Have this in mind. Okay. Light the incense. Invoke the book on the blood, so the pact. Then invoke the book on the weapon. And then say his name. Alright. Light the incense. Pungent odor of the incense of summoning stings your nostrils as you wave the smoke into the air. It suddenly feels darker and much colder in the wine cellar. We're going to invoke the book on the pact. You begin to read aloud the words from the book of magic. The dark signature on the pact seems to writhe like a trapped serpent. Your voice sounds distorted in your ears.
By the blood of thy blood, I summon thee.
Okay, then I'm going to invoke it on the mace. You continue to read as you feel the magic flow through you and reach its tendrils towards the great mace. Again, your voice is altered as you speak aloud the words of the spell.
By the weapon of thy death, I summon thee. By the power of thy name, Stenman, and the power of my will, I summon thee.
Words have disappeared, but you know the final line without reading it.
Stenman, I summon thee.
Oh, what an ugly looking.
I am Stenman, mystic and follower of the Warlock Lord. By my blood, by my death, by my name, I have been drawn from the grave. Why have you summoned me?
Tell us of Brona.
Brona is the master. He will destroy all living things and rule all the dead. You too will one day serve the master. You have only to die.
What is the magical barrier around the sword of Shannara?
It is a force that draws the dead forth from the grave and prevents the living from reaching the sword of Shannara.
Do you know how to destroy the barrier?
I know much more than I will ever tell.
How can we get through the barrier?
You cannot.
How do we destroy it?
You will not.
Right? Tell us how to destroy it.
I serve only the Master. The Warlock Lord will rule the world.
Summon you and you will obey me.
The Dark Lord is my master, not you. I know you, Jak, son of Shay, bane of my master. I know you, Brendel, kin of Hendel, destroyer of my plans to conquer Tyrsis. I know you, Shella, daughter of Menyon, my own murderer. You cannot bind me. You cannot kill me. You cannot gain that for which you summon me. I know what you want to know, and I will never tell.
By the power of the book, I command you to obey.
Only Brona can command me, never you, Jak Omsford. You are a fool to think otherwise.
I mean, okay. After all that work, Stenman doesn't seem to be much help.
Look, Jak, you figured out how to get him here, so you can figure out how to make him help us.
Why don't you try talking to him?
I got nothing to say to it. Talking's your job.
Alright, Stenman glares at the book. His eyes narrows, but he says nothing. Pull out the book. It opens directly to the page marked Soul-Shattering Ritual.
You're going to use that spell? Won't that destroy Stenman utterly?
Words seem to pulse in your mind, and you begin the ritual.
No, you cannot use that spell. Only a master of magic can use that spell.
Words seem to speak themselves as you read.
Creature of the dead, hear my words.
No. No, do not. You must not.
You feel the power flow through you, filling you with the magic of the spell. Yeah, I could totally get that, Harley Worgan. That, yeah.
Creature of the dead, I am your destroyer. I am the reaver of your soul.
No. No, I will obey. I will do whatever you want. Don't cast that spell. Do not shatter my soul.
You feel the words of the spell driving you onward.
Creature of the dead, all that you are, all that you were, will be no more.
Stop him. You must stop him. Only I can help you. I will help you.
Jak, Stenman will help us now. Don't continue the spell.
You are a part of the magic of the spell, and the magic is your essence. You continue.
Creature of the dead, I will annihilate you for all eternity.
No. Stop him. Stop him. Ah!
Jak, stop it. Stop reading the spell.
The words of the spell course through your veins like blood, and you are pure magic.
Creature of the dead, I now shatter.
You feel a wrenching agony as Brendel wrenches the book from your hands and throws it to the floor.
Jak! Jak, are you all right? Jak, look at me.
You shudder with pain as the magic drains from you.
Jak, can you hear me? Will you be all right?
All right, putz. Now talk. How do we destroy the magical barrier on the vault of Shannara?
There is a formula that will disrupt the flow of the power. If you pour an elixir upon the field and chant the words, "Force of magic be thee gone" 3 times, the barrier will disperse. This is the formula of the spell of disruption. That which feeds upon the living, that which drives away the dead, that which died when first it blossomed, within one good gone bad.
Okay. Will this spell of disruption completely destroy the magical barrier?
The spell will destroy the barrier and rid Tyrsis of the undead.
Save. Then I'm going to try to read my journal and make sure that I noted that. Because not going to be able to remember it. It has locked up the game again. That's okay.
In troubled dreams, you...
My wife said I should do lunges to stay in shape. That would be a big step forward.
Get out.
What else could you tell us about the disrupt spell?
There is nothing more I can tell. I
Can you
am
move?
bound to this spot and cannot leave.
Fate of Stenman, I banish thee from this world forever.
How did you do that?
The words seem to be inside my head. Sometimes, yes. And it's Brandel. Good, excellent. Alright. So... I knew it was going to be Laurel. Potpourri as well. Oh, and then vinegar. Right. Okay, that makes sense. So this must be the thing that died in it as to begin with. You carefully pick the rose petals of your potpourri and crumble them into the vinegar mixture. Yeah, we're in different rooms, Hardly Organ. Wait.
Oh, that's it! You figured out part of the magical formula.
Then in the bottle. One bottle now contains some vinegar, some crushed laurel leaves, and some rose petals. I think that's everything. Here. Hey, Mac. Welcome in. Or Mac Cube. Actually, since I don't think this is ever going to happen otherwise. Hello.
I'm Cuban. Yes, Cuban D.
Hello, Mac Cuban. Pour the bottle. I haven't completed the formula yet. Okay. I need to... Oh, I should add that in there so that it goes off of the other notation for it. If you've got a full keyboard, you can do Alt 0179 for the Superscript 3. Alright, so there was a fourth thing I needed then. Bottle filled from the cask, laurel leaves, potpourri, and mistletoe. Okay. I probably would have been able to figure that out, but because it's... I don't know where it told me to get the oak tree. Soak. Ah, there's mistletoe. Oh, I guess I should say you have to have you have to have your number pad. You can't just do it with the numbers at the top. So you have to actually have the 10 key over there to get it to do
That oak
it.
has a lovely twisted look.
Glad you like it.
I'm lighter than you are. Let me try it. If this tree falls, you owe me. Remember that, Jack.
Ooh, that came on quick. Hopefully that didn't blow your eardrums out. Hopefully the NVIDIA broadcast did its thing and chopped that off. The tree leans far over the cliff as Shella makes her way along the branch. She snatches the clump of mistletoe, then climbs back to the main trunk and jumps down.
There, I got it. Now all you owe me is a kiss.
Find yourself blushing despite yourself, and you smile foolishly. Well, now I don't have the option to kiss her. Alright, you crumble up the mistletoe and mix it into the vinegar in the bottle. Okay, the wine bottle contains the disruption potion you made by following Stenman's instructions. Oh, interesting. Alright, well, I will try to remember to put the carrot 3s and carrot 2 in for the other ones. Okay. The heat of the magical barrier is too intense to approach closer, so you throw the potion onto it. Flames blaze higher and you feel the magic flowing outward. Your voice changes as you chant the words of the spell.
Force of magic, be thee gone.
Waves of power and heat swell over you, and breathing is torture in this fiery furnace of magic. You struggle to speak through your pain.
Force of magic, be thee gone.
The flames of magic surround you, and your lungs burn as you inhale the fire. You are at the heart of the inferno, and darkness threatens to overcome you. With your last ounce of will, you speak the final words of the spell.
Force of magic, be thee gone.
That's it! Jack, you did it!
The pain of magic overwhelms you, and you find yourself losing consciousness. Blackness starts to recede, and you can breathe once more.
Are you okay? Stay here and rest. I'll get Balinor. He can open the vault.
Actually, since some of my things hardly ever go off. Brendel helps you sit down and recover from the effects of the spell. You look up to see King Balinor. To your shock, Alanon is standing beside him. Alanon,
Jack, you have endangered yourself and your friends by summoning the Shade of Stenman. Brona has power over the dead, and by your use of necromancy, you have given him power over you. If you die while Brona still exists, you will all become ghosts. You did what must be done. Not even I knew the spell to destroy the barrier. Nonetheless, the price is far too high.
Then we'll have to get rid of Brona, or not die for a while. I kind of prefer both.
Brendel, you speak bravely, but the task before you is harder than you know. Behold, the Sword of Shannara.
The sword is broken!
Yes. Brona was determined that the Sword of Shannara would never harm him again.
But without the sword, how can we ever hope to defeat the Warlock Lord?
The Sword of Shannara must be reforged.
Take some powerful magic to do that.
It will take magic from all of the four lands and all of the races of this world. From Arberlon in the west, you must find elf stones and an elf who can use them. From the north, you must find a troll who has the right to bear the black irex. From the east, you must seek the dwarven hammer of power,
so it was trolls
and the
that were
dwarf
in the
who is
north.
willing to risk the wrath of the Warlock Lord. Finally, from the south, you must find a gnome who wields the magic torque. All 4 must accompany you to the Hadeshorn, where the shade of the Archdruid Bremen will use the magic of all these items to reforge the Sword of Shannara.
But, Alanon, no one could find all those things or make the races work together.
Jak can.
He's already got his dwarf.
He's got me to protect him.
Jak Omsford, you are now the bearer of the Sword of Shannara. Do you accept this task, impossible though it might be?
Right. I remember now. So the men are in the center of the 4 lands. And all around them are the other 4 races. So there's actually 5 races in the 4 lands. You step forward, take the broken pieces of the Sword of Shannara, and accept your destiny.
Very well, Jak Omsford. Now journey with your companions to Arberlon. Seek the elf stones and the elf who can use them. King Eventine Elesidil will aid you. I return to the Hadeshorn to do what I can to prevent Brona from gaining more power over you. Good luck, all of you.
I must stay and rebuild Tyrsis. However, Jak, were I not now king, I too would be at your side. May fortune favor you all. The fate of the world is yours to bear.
I was discussing that about the Shannara Chronicles, which were on MTV, I want to say. Like 1 or 2 seasons a few years ago. I guess it's, like 3 or 4 years ago. And it was very, very teen angsty type. And I guess these are young adult novels. But they didn't really feel like it, They felt more like Lord of the Rings type, high fantasy, rather than young adult. But, all the main characters are very young for their races, it seems, so. At least the main characters all seem to be. After one night of blissful peace, Brendel, Shella, and you leave Tyrsis in the gloomy gray before dawn to begin your journey to Arberlon.
We should take the road back south until we come to a road leading
I want to sing and dance.
Arberlon.
Road's been cleared.
Yes. Balinor sent some troops against the monsters we met coming up. We should be safe if we stay near the roads.
Hey, DC, welcome in. Whoop. It's crossroads of the Kern, Tyrsis, and Varfleet roads. I'm guessing I want to go this way. You'll need to take the road up to the walls. What? Thought I was taking the road.
There's the ferry. At least we know Balinor's men made sure this ferry doesn't have any monsters waiting for us.
Nice, new pod modes. Guards greet you as you approach the ferry. You are soon transported to the other side of the Myrmidon River to continue on your way to Arberlon.
I really don't feel like swimming now. Let's get going.
Can't swim anyway.
Well, I didn't actually... I'm going to start using this. Instead of trying to click, since it doesn't seem to work very well if I just click for them to travel. These.
We're almost to the ferry that goes to the island city of Kern.
Wasn't that city destroyed by Brona's forces in the last war? Yeah, and for those of you that don't know, in a very, very broad sense, this is actually a post-apocalyptic series of novels. in that this all takes place thousands of years in the future after humanity, for the most part, has destroyed most of the world in a nuclear war. Wasn't that city destroyed by Brona's forces?
If my father hadn't warned the city about the approaching army, many people would have died. They've built the city back up, but you can still see areas that were burned to the ground.
So your mother, Cheryl Ravenlock, came from Kern?
She lived here before she married father. I visited here with her once. The city's surrounded by the Myrmidon River.
Why are we going to Kern?
It's on the way to Arborlawn, and we can eat a real meal there, instead of trail rations.
Wait, we've been eating? You all cross the ferry to the island city of Kern. You spend the night as a guest of the city. The bed is soft and warm, and you drift off to sleep. Your slumber, however, is marred by a strange dream. Hold on, gotta clean my mouse. I don't think you really find out that this is all post-apocalyptic until probably into the second trilogy. When you get into this, like, start getting to the City of Brass and stuff like that. At one point, they eventually find like a cable television station. Strange dream. There's the gnome again. And
forgive me,
Rona.
Master, for not destroying Jack Omsford. I knew only that I needed to return to you, and I could not keep you waiting.
You fool! This mortal creature seeks to restore the Sword of Shannara. He must be destroyed!
But you destroyed the Sword of Shannara. How could it be restored?
Accursed Alanon and my arch-foe Bremen will use the magic of others to reforge it. This must not happen!
But how do we stop this?
It's gonna...
You will go to the north and make certain that the trolls and the elves go to war. Such ancient foes will never ally with one another, and thus the Sword of Shannara will never be reforged.
What of Omsford?
Shifter, I will give you a new shape. Use it to slay Omsford and his followers.
I will obey.
And it doesn't show us the shape, but we'll know because it'll only have one frickin' eye. But we probably still won't be able to do anything about it yet. You awaken suddenly to the sound of someone knocking on the door of your room. The dream fades from your memory as you get ready to continue your journey. You and your companions take the ferry away from the island city and make your way towards Arborlawn.